Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Chainsaw Man, episode 4. Last episode, we ended off with an obliteration, a kill, I don't know, a finishing move, a death.
Epicness?
Epicness?
I'm thinking Meowie has been saved.
Yeah, I just can't believe they introduced a character as cool as Power just to kill them off already. It's crazy. I'm gonna miss Power. Power was a very lovable character for the very short time.
Short-lived.
Short-lived.
Yeah. I'm in my heart of hearts, Meowie is alive. Because I can just tell that Meowie is alive. I can feel it. As a cat lover, I can feel that Meowie has at least been saved. But you know, rest in peace, Power.
Yeah. It's okay. As long as Meowie's fine, I'm fine.
I mean, Power, that's what Power wanted, right?
Yeah.
Power wants Meowie to be okay, so it's okay.
Blood Devil? Psh, not anymore.
The Bat Devil ate the Blood Devil.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. I imagine that we're just going to continue on the antics of Denji and Power, I guess, right? Like, maybe more missions.
Well, who knows what's going to happen? What's the aftermath of Power convincing him to sign her out?
Yeah.
You know? And then all of this destruction to happen when he's basically in charge. You know, once word gets around to Makima, you know, I don't know how what they've done here is going to play out.
Yeah. My biggest question is this a big three type situation? Like most animes, you have like the big three people. Is Aki our third member here, or are there other members of this organization or team that Aki is leading that we haven't even met yet still? I imagine there is a few people we haven't met. I feel like there has to be.
I feel like there has to be by just talk of him leading this squad of kind of the outcasts.
Yeah.
And I feel like that wouldn't have been said if it was only Power originally. And in the opening, there's definitely like that table scene is what I'm thinking of specifically when they're basically like climbing over the table. There's other people in that situation. There's also other people in the movie theater row with them.
Maybe that's this episode.
I'm
Maybe we'll
thinking
meet some more people.
Are some characters that we're going to meet.
You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cute.
Cute.
Oh, Power.
It's like Toga. So cool. Wonder if Power has a favorite kind of blood.
Huh.
I mean, it's a deal, right? Does that grow back?
Is that like a tapeworm? Is this like
devil?
Tapeworm devil and it was inside the bat or something?
I hate that.
Like parasite devil?
I don't know. That grows back, right? No? Yeah? God.
So gross.
Aki. Seems like there's some sort of limit, maybe.
Oh, like, yeah. It's only like a little tiny chainsaw.
Is this Baddie's girlfriend? Yeah. That's gross. Okay.
I was not expecting another battle.
Me either. Oh!
So gross. He has a lot of resolve power.
Oh!
A little pupper.
I wonder if
Puchita.
other devils can see Puchita.
You're making him angry.
Damn. I'm kind of in disbelief that he's still fighting.
He's very serious.
Yeah. He's crazy. The animation's great. Oh my god.
To see so much wild movement,
yeah.
especially on his end. Oh, with all these like.
Whew. Did he go in one? Oh my god, he hit in the guts.
One eye is like crazy.
Oh. Oh!
Oh my god! Leech devil.
What is it? Rookies.
Other rookie. That made me happy.
Okay. Contract with the Fox Devil.
Bit of his body is food. Was that the guy from the car? Oh, there's the guy. What's the condition?
Uh-oh.
しょぼい夢しかねえけど、マジでやっからさ。どーんと期待。敬語覚えとけ。もう、書いといてやるよ。
なあ、無罪だったじゃろ。わかったらさっさとこれを外せ。この魔人ちゃんが見逃したアキ君の責任だぞ。
ハンターです。あくまでも魔人でも、何でも使うべきだ。利用するだけです。つもりはないですよ。
That's his motto, is putting them to work.
Yeah.
Keep them at arm's length, if you will. I think he also has a crush on Makima.
Oh, yeah.
どうぞ。
失礼します。向かいエリアの外に出てしまっていたそうで、悪魔が住んでるっぽい家を発見し、悪魔と遭遇したそうです。そうとなってコウモリの悪魔を駆除後、今度はヒルの悪魔のこちらは我々4課が駆除しました。銃の肉片は発見されませんでした。報告はいい。
ご苦労様。でも知らず知らずのうちにそんなに遠くまで行っちゃったんだ。
信じがたいほどのバカです。
巡回エリア内からの違反行為だけど。
者も出ませんでしたし、結果として悪魔2体の駆除もできま、不問にしてよろしいかと。
わかりました。
She's scary.
I know. Kill him with kindness, it almost feels like.
デンジ君と一緒に住んでる影響かな。
何も変わってないですよ。
You cut his apples into bunnies.
It's hard not to change when you've been kicked in the dick like 6 times in one day.
It really changes a person.
Yeah. I like the hair down.
Yeah.
You think there's a reason that he does it? Oh.
To look more professional, maybe?
That's a cool shot.
That was a really cool shot. Who knew toothpaste could also be so cool?
Some really great composition. Great sound design. It's both of his arms, eh?
I wonder what it actually looks like underneath the bandages.
Yeah.
Seems like they're living together quite well.
Power.
No. No. Stop. He gets a cat and now he has power living there. And I think she thinks it's good for you.
I love Denji's pants. I don't care if
this is what they needed.
I don't care if we fight a single devil for the rest of the series. This is just what I want. You forgot?
He forgot he was mad. Okay. Is that it? You know, that was a mean cliffhanger to leave us on.
you wanted to see it?
I wanted something to happen. Like Aki barging into the bathroom and being like, no crazy business in my house, kids.
And it's like already happening.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh. Look at her with the boxing gloves.
No, I love it. I have never loved horns so much on a character design.
This is great. Okay, that was Chainsaw Man, episode 4. I have a question. So, you know how, the Anime Awards where they vote for best opening and then outro? What are they going to do for this show? How is each outro its own, like, potential victory there?
I guess. I mean, they're all standalone with their own, like, music and art. I guess that they would all count.
Because that's almost an unfair advantage, no?
To have, like, so many I don't know.
But they're also
having,
good.
Like, one, like, something being iconic could give a lot of credence to it winning. Yeah. If it was, like, the one that you watched every single time, it was iconic.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I love the creativity of having a different outro.
Whether it's this show, Mob Psycho sometimes, Jujutsu Kaisen, like, you can feel when they put a little something extra into animating and creating and adapting a show, you know? And it's always really appreciated when you feel that passion in there.
I mean, it works really well when the characters themselves and the kind of plot has so much comedy to it.
Yeah.
And it's not just so kind of a stereotypical path for a story. Like having this character that's so their biggest dream is to fondle a chest, basically, and having the funny, quirky kind of things that are said over that. They're being treated like a dog. I don't know, all of these like nuanced or jokes that happen. These like inside, it almost feels like we are in on all of these inside jokes of these characters.
I agree.
And to have these creative openings and outros with the show too, it almost just feels like the characters themselves created them. Like these are fully fleshed out, interesting, creative people.
Yeah.
Like Power created that outro, you know, like that's how it feels.
I feel like it's adding something to the show for me, like, and adding something to the characters for me. I think that's cool.
It adds to them feeling like kind of a whole picture and not just this 2D character that we don't know in depth about. Yeah.
If you have watched any of our Attack on Titan reactions, you might know where I'm going with what I'm about to say. The whole last scene between Power and Denji, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, man, I don't know if we can get Anna's dad into watching this show.
Like, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, at first, I was like, well, he'd probably think some of the original stuff in the earlier episodes was funny.
Yes.
You know, like, he has a very, very good sense of humor, my father. But the fondling chest part, I was like, he would not let it go. He'd be like... He'd probably look at you. Yeah. He'd be like, Ben, you were watching this show? And you'd be like, yeah, sorry.
So I guess starting out from the beginning of the episode, I love that we got a little bit more attention on what we got last episode about Power and Meowie. And I love that Power had said only recently she understands and appreciates blood for being warm and that it feels pleasant, and I thought that was beautiful.
I totally agree. I was so happy that for them to bring us back to that Power that met Meowie, because I feel like if they hadn't, it would have maybe just been one of the details of last episode that kind of was her past. But I think it was so beautiful to bring it back because it's like this is deep. This is true to Power's character. This is this showing to us that this fiend, this devil, can have these attachments that power is going to work as an example to us in the future when we encounter other devils. That can they have these connections to, now she's living with people, but also to animals that they don't want to kill.
Yeah. When I was watching a little bit of it in the beginning, I'm thinking like, okay, so it's not just a hammer. Power can make an axe or whatever. Where does that go? Like, okay, like, obviously we saw it through Denji too, but like the amount of blood for these two people directly correlates to the potential strength you have, right? So if power can make a big hammer, can power make a car out of blood? Can power make a plane out of blood?
Okay. So dream weapon to see power have.
I imagine that anything automated, like a gun or anything like is out of question. In my
It'd be
mind,
more like she would create something that looked like it and then just projectile her blood out of it. It wouldn't be like.
But I don't know if her blood can even be used to that extent. So I feel like in the realm of asking dream weapon for power, I have to keep it like somewhat
realistic
based
to
in
the science of power that we've learned.
Yeah. And so like for example, I don't think power could make a chainsaw out of blood because it's moving.
Yeah. I could totally see her creating one though that doesn't move. To be like, look, I'm the chainsaw devil too, you know?
That'd be awesome.
I could see her doing that for fun. Because she's such a fun character. I have two.
Okay.
So a scythe is basically my favorite weapon of all time. I mean, shout out Soul Eater for like originally getting me like super into that weapon choice. I love it. I love it. Love it. The big hammer really did get me with her. I loved that.
Yeah.
But a scythe or chains, like Kurapika,
that'd be
chain
awesome.
user, like a blood chains. I don't know. That'd be so cool to me.
It would be awesome. I think that chains is a good one. Hammer's already so great.
Hammer
for me.
was like a top tier weapon choice already.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think I could get away with saying bow and arrow. I think that she could probably do that. Hey, if we have any wandering eyes or anything, there's a really big spider on the TV a second ago.
TV
so just
screen.
just heads up there. But anyways, I really wanted to talk about the beginning of this episode, and once we got into the fight with this, what was
the leech?
The leech.
See, I thought I was going some good places with this like tapeworm parasite
I thought you were
that
too,
was inside the bat. But you know, a leech is also a similar creature.
I love that it's the Bat Devil's girlfriend.
Yeah,
but
something happened here that I did have a question for you about. That.
Real quick, I did want to say, I felt like I was going to be right in my head predicting that Aki was going to come in and save Denji at the very start of this fight. And I am so glad he didn't, because it led to my favorite action sequence that we've gotten in this entire show so far. And it's so funny that I got it out of not complete Chainsaw Man, and it looked absolutely amazing, and the animation was perfect. It was so much fun, and I could follow around. I could follow Denji around perfectly in the fight, and it was great.
The animation of Denji throughout that whole even with the intestines, and kind of like you could tell he was slipping on it. Like how cool is that? The erratic, crazy movements that they were animating happening were so awesome to see. Like I could tell it was like CGI or something. It wasn't maybe drawn in some of the parts.
It was a great mixture of it.
But I just loved. Some animation is very just kind of almost like still to still.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But this was like so crazy. Like he was obviously one of his eyes was like popping out too.
Yeah.
So it fit with this crazy movement and the intestines all wrapping together. And I'm talking with my hands a lot because that's what it was like. Well, and I adored it.
It's something that MAPPA does extremely well, and they did it. I think
movement in general.
Didn't
MAPPA do Yuri on Ice?
I don't know. But what I was going to say is that one thing MAPPA does really well is how they use CG in environments, and they typically use them on like streets, mountains, whatever, whatever environment that you're fighting on. But when you're mixing that with like the 2D of all fluid character animation with the CG like floor, ground, or whatever that the character's interacting with, they do such a great job at blending those two, because it's such a difficult thing to do. And it could easily take me out of it, but it doesn't. And I think that this animation is amazing.
It was so heavily detailed. Like, it was like, it's like, yeah, they actually thought about the ground.
Yeah.
And what was on the ground and how it would react to him running on it.
Then his eye like popped out and it reminded me of Pochita.
I had a question though. When the thing with his arm first happened, I thought it was a gun. Like someone shot him.
Oh, me too. Me too.
And so I was looking in this fight for this leech to do something similar. I think the bat had an attack like that where he basically shot off this like, air. But the leech never did anything like that again. And then when Aki was talking to Makima, he said he saw no sense of gun. No, something of gun. And we have a chainsaw devil. Now
I think that we are going to head towards a gun devil next, because I think you're right.
Because like, how else did if she had another weapon like that, like shooting his arm off, basically, why didn't she use it in some other part of the battle with him? She just basically hit him with her horrible tendrils.
Well, I'm glad that they brought it back up though at the end with Aki, because I was like, it left a mark on me. Yeah.
Were you surprised at all that she didn't make a joke? The leech devil didn't make a joke when she found out about the cop in a field about her own?
If I'm honest, yes, 100%.
I was surprised that she wasn't like, but look, I have 6 of them.
Yeah.
I was really surprised that she didn't say anything like that.
So what'd you think about Aki's, I guess, attack?
Okay, first off, he was so composed. It was so great that he was just like, cone. And then it happened. And how he treated...
It was like that.
Yeah. So just, and I think his one arm's at his side. It was so cool. I didn't first understand that was a pact with the devil.
What did you think it was?
Oh, I didn't even know. I was so like into it that I wasn't like thinking how that could logistically work and how the fox appeared.
It's funny because I am thinking about logistics. Where is Cone? Where is the fox devil? Is it like it
spiritual, I guess,
and it can be activated and then brought in, like, and manifest in the physical world for a short time after he does the...
How many other devils does he possibly have a sort of pact with?
Or a contract is the term. And I don't know if he necessarily has a contract with any other devil.
And he's willing. That's so interesting. We learned another layer of his, how much he's willing to give of himself in order to accomplish... Two devils in order to accomplish his goal.
I wonder if it's permanent, because it sounds like it is. And oh my God, I'm so happy about this. So we lost the arm, right? And I was like, oh, like, it does that come back? And I'm full expecting...
He said a blood transfusion, is that what he said?
But I'm full expecting, like, oh, since Denji is half devil, he can regrow his limbs.
Yeah, I thought it would just regrow, but to have a more complex idea of how... Like, if he wasn't anywhere near a hospital or near public safety, and they didn't have... I think Aki even said, like, we found your arm. If they hadn't found his arm, would he just not have had an arm ever
I think
again?
so, and I'm really happy that that's the case, because I don't think I get that enough.
I don't think... I think when you get some sort of supernatural character that can grow something out of their body... It's almost nice that there's a hindrance to their recklessness. I agree with you. He can be as reckless as he wants as long as he doesn't, like, lose his leg somewhere at the bottom of the ocean and can't find it again. But I could see that being a reoccurring, Denji, where'd your finger go? I don't know.
I like it because it makes me feel like Aki's really fucked up. I think that without his wraps on, I imagine that he is permanently fucked up, and he is willing to be permanently fucked
Are you
up
thinking
as
it's
long
like,
as he can complete his goal.
Are you thinking it's like Deku kind of skin, or are you thinking like Nobara Rose's kind of situation?
Nobara
Like what
Roses.
you know, like Nobara, like she kind of has the black
Yeah.
like design. Are you thinking it looks like a tattoo under his bandages?
I'm thinking it looks
or like dead skin.
way
Dobby.
more grotesque version of Deku. I think it's raw and no skin at all.
Interesting.
I
Because he said he offered his
tendony
skin.
maybe. And I think that I'm just really glad about that.
I want to see it.
I don't.
If it's okay. If it's really gross, maybe I don't want to see it.
We also then had obviously after the conversation we had like this montage of Aki throughout the house with some
Amazing.
great composition.
Amazing.
It was such an enjoyable scene, and he obviously has a crush on Makima a bit.
Where he was about to knock and then he didn't, and he like fixed his tile. I was like, gosh.
Do you think that Denji is changing?
Okay, if you were just
Aki?
if you had a thing, a person, but is now a thing living in your house that you are disgusted by, and creatures like him killed your family, and now you have to live with him, I don't think you'd be drinking coffee on your porch with a newspaper and cooking him curry if you hadn't had some warmth to him.
Yeah, that's fair. I think my favorite shot in the entire episode was Aki washing his face.
Water. I liked that, and then when you see like in the coffee, I think it was in a coffee cup, and he was kind of to the side.
Yeah,
and you couldn't really see him. I really liked that too.
So great. I had touched on it in the episode. I wonder if there's a reason Aki wears his hair like that. You said in response, like, oh, to keep his hair like
more professional.
But I mean, like anything from the past, like if it's like a ritualistic thing.
Oh,
if it's
like a parental, like maybe his father did his hair like that or something.
Yeah, like if there's like a deeper thing to it, there doesn't need to be. But it's just
you
a
know,
very
sometimes that's nice.
It's a very unique haircut.
Sometimes that's nice to have something like iconic for that character that we then in the future learn there was a reason they were doing it in the first place. That could be a really nice touch to add.
I love the idea of like Denji and Aki being pissed that Power isn't eating vegetables. Like
the bonding that's happening now. And it's like I think Aki himself forgets in some moments that these creatures are devils or evil.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how well I feel like I know the characters 4 episodes in.
I know.
It's
really
like
I think out of all of them, I feel like I understand maybe Denji and Power the most.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's fair.
There's something just, maybe it's because of their spontaneity and childlike wonder almost, and the comedy of them. That's why I feel like I understand them. I feel like Aki is meant to be maybe a more complex, emotionally character.
Yeah.
And obviously we know that Aki's going to have to jump through some mental hoops to, in the future and now. He's already had to start with now living with these things that he despises, and he obviously, out of Power and Denji, has a very lofty goal and idea that weighs heavily on him. I like the contrast of the characters that are it fits with how often Denji was like, everyone thinks my goal is stupid because all of you think yours is like more important or more serious. And I think that's really just the heart of the whole thing, is that whatever's important to you is then important. Yeah. Even
it's
if
not some arbitrary
it doesn't matter if it's sillier than someone else's.
Yeah. There's no arbitrary ranking of whose reason or, inspiration is more important,
like, honestly,
better.
Meowie was kidnapped. Like, that is, for me, like, top tier goal or reason to kidnap a human. I totally agree with Power's choices.
Within that same way of thinking, though, I really love what this episode did for Denji for me. I think that it solidified and then added to my love for the character of Denji, because I think yeah, it's very silly, but to be very steadfast and like confident and in your own goal, even if others deem it silly, is really cool. As well as like he was fighting his ass off with nothing, basically just the chainsaw, like little bit of like the Pochita chainsaw out of his face. It was so fun to watch. I was like, I can get behind rooting for this character. Like, it's protagonist syndrome to be, oh, I'm gonna keep fighting even when I'm injured. But 4 episodes in, to see it without any like sweeping score or flashbacks of family, just to be like, fuck, shit, I don't have a lot of power left. Guess I don't have a lot of blood, but I really want this. Some people think it's stupid, but I really want it, so I'm just gonna keep going. I was like, this is sweet. Like, I'm really enjoying watching Denji as a character.
And his like his resolve there, his confidence, his ability to take down or almost take down the Leech Devil, but definitely take down the Bat Devil, I think him being able to accomplish that is one of the main reasons for this possible warmth that we're seeing from Aki. Because Aki says as long as he could make use of them, then he's okay with having some form of an arrangement. Yeah. And I think he saw Denji as useful here.
I agree. Last thing I have really that I wrote down was like, it goes hand in hand with what you were saying about Denji's fight and how he was running and like kind of sliding over these organs. I don't think it was just that. I wanted to also pull attention towards, I thought Denji was very obviously injured in a lot of scenes, and the way that they animated him running, he looked hurt. Like he looked like he was like limping and stuff.
I think I said
running.
It was like erratic. Like it was like crazy movements.
It was great. I loved it. Awesome episode.
It was a really awesome episode. Was not what I was expecting. I was expecting Meowie in power. Aki immediately shows up to the ruin of the Bat Devil. Not a girlfriend. I was not expecting that.
So great.
Okay.
All right, you good?
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.